everyone, welcome to Geo-Technocrats once again. In our very first tutorial, we have discussed about the third and possibly the most important component of GIS, that is spatial data. One of the type of the spatial data is your vector data, where we have also discussed about different types of vector data, that is polyline, polygon, and point data. In today's session, we'll learn what are the different formats of vector data and how you create vector data on ArcGIS. So let us start with the session.
In today's video, we will talk about the formats of vector geospatial data and how to create them on ArcGIS. As in our last tutorial, I have told you that ArcCatalog is a place from where you can create a file, you can save a file. So we'll just open ArcCatalog, select the catalog tree and connect to folder. Now this is your ArcCatalog. Now here the very first thing which you have to do is you have to connect the folder where exactly you want to save your file. So this is the option and the icon showing connect to folder. Click on this. Then you have to select your location where exactly you want to save your folder. This folder named ArcGIS where we will be storing our information. So I have just select the location and click OK. Now see, my folder is here, ArcGIS. So this folder named ArcGIS is where we will be storing our information. Now select the folder and by right clicking choose New. Once you select New, you'll find different options here. Now the first and the foremost format is your shapefile. Now this can be used for one-time projects, data export or some other small processes. Now this format is not much used for large and important projects as because it can get damaged anytime and impossible to restore. Then the second format you will find here is personal geodatabase. There are many differences between geodatabase and shapefile. For example, geodatabase topology and other things that geodatabase has unlike shapefile. So it also includes data projection. Now the third format which you can see here is file geodatabase. It resembles geodatabase in structure, but their function differ from each other. File database is used for bigger databases, which while for smaller ones we use personal geodatabase. But here in this series we'll mainly be dealing with shapefile. Now let us see how you create thematic layers in shapefile format, which are used to store vector graphics. But for creating the layer, you have to click on this shapefile. A new window indicating create new shapefile will open, where you have to give name and the feature type. Now, as in previous tutorial, we discussed that there are three types of vector data, that is polygon, polyline, and point data. So if you click on this drop-down menu, you'll find all these options here. So first we will start with point data. We will select the point in the feature type and just give the name. For example, I've given the name point because we are creating point data. Now after that, we need to choose a coordinate system. So coordinate system, that is the projection type. Now you have to click edit, then click on projected coordinate system. Then UTM, coming to WGS 1984, Northern Hemisphere. And I will select 43 North. Now, each country has their own projection. So we need to individually select projection for each country. In our case, the country called India, which is located in Northern Hemisphere in Zone 43. So you have to add projection according to your country. So you can add this projection to favorites by clicking on this icon. Favorites. Now what's the importance of adding the projection to favorite? Like if you don't want to waste time in searching for projection again and again, you just click it onto favorites, it will be highlighted on the top. So favorites, now it's here, and then okay. Now you can see the point data will be on the table of content here. This is the point data. Similarly, you can create the polyline and polygon files as well by repeating all the steps. For example, new shapefile, polyline, you select polyline here, projection. Now you can see the projection in our favorite list here. Select OK. Similarly, we can go for polygon as well. Select polygon, again projection from our favorites. OK. Now you have all three type of vector data here. Now how you create this? Just for an example, I want to create point data. You have this editor tool here. If the editor tool is not there in your toolbar, you can just give a right click and you can add editor tool from here. Select drop down menu, start editing. You want to edit the point data. Select point, continue. Right? And then this icon, create feature. Point, and now you can create the point data. Save edits, stop editing. Similarly for polyline, start editing. Now I want polyline, continue. Create polyline, line, which contains nodes. Then save edits, stop editing, start for polygon, and stop editing. So this is how you create different kind of vector thematic layers. I have just given you a random example. We actually do this for a purpose. If you want to extract any kind of object out of a raster data, create different vector data for that. So how we'll do it on a raster data, we'll see further in our series. Thank you so much for watching.